my prediction here is going to be for good fights.
Do you think it's going to be flat out good fights too?
I don't know. It's gonna.
He doesn't want to commit everyone.
I don't want
to commit.
I mean, I've had a flawless guessing streak for the past since like Thursday, so I don't want to ruin it, man.
That's true. There has been a lot of matches since Thursday.
So the game has begun, guys. They're coming out of the gates, and they're not making their way to mid. So let's get started with the grand finals. Stream Team is going to be stacking up might here. 25 stacks of might again. They're going to be able to get as well back over here on the red side, seeing what they're going to be pulling out. They're not really going to be stacking. I think about 15 stacks, but they will be going in just a second. And we'll be heading on to it.
Hello, Sailor. They're not. Oh, bloody! They're trying to move more into the point now, but they're still doing that when they're stretching. They seem to be stretching too far across. Like they're really trying to get that damage onto one person. But I'm trying to find a focus target. Cade's just going down actually over on the side. But he's getting a res up now from Tourney. Also Reeves is gone down. They put the big bomb down to try and get some.
They're gonna get him up.
Oh, that was nice. That was good res there. Well done by those guys. There's a lot of focus. There was only 2 or 3 guys picked them up, but not really taking advantage on the fact that they've gone for the res and putting enough cleave damage to actually pressure them off that. But 2 guys, Stunning Styles just gone down, and Araja is just gone. Ara's just gone down on the middle of the point. He was one of the people who was kind of pushing quite deep into the blue there, as he actually got onto the point and just kept kind of trying to, go into their ranks quite heavily.
Indeed, and we see Cade here at the moment. He's going to be sneaking himself away in order to get some health back or just wait for another engagement. Google might be jumping on him over the next few seconds. Cade is going to be jumping into stealth, trying to get a backstab onto him. That probably is going to happen because as well AK will be jumping into stealth. Other than that, though, we see a fairly passive mid-fight. Trying to see if Red Team, they didn't get the cap yet, but they're pushing forward. I'm not sure if they noticed they didn't get the full cap. Actually, looks like they're going to be coming over here, maybe trying to stop out 1 or 2 members of the blue team, as they did have one of their members down over here. So they got, or one of the Red Team members was down over here, but they managed to get him back up, and now they're pushing back here into middle to continue the fight. But again, blue team does have the very small lead for the time being. As oh my god, look at the condies right now on Stream Team. Look at it, look at it. It's oh my goodness, it's gotta hurt them so bad right now. We're probably gonna see a few of them melt because of that. Necrotic Kez went into the down state there. He's probably gonna be taken out over there. There we go. He's gonna be knocked out. Stunning Styles as well went down, and I think we're gonna be seeing Shin go down here too. Shin's in a corner though, so he's probably gonna be the last one to stomp out. And again, that all came in there from Magic Toker. One ability basically wiped the entire team there, and that, my friends, is epidemic.
Oh, it's so good. If you've got Necros in these team fights and they've not got Epidemic, I think maybe they're
So like it's not used as much as it used to be in 5v5 Conquest, just because of the fact that like you don't really get full on 5v5 fights like you used to. But in situations like this where you're going to be forced into a full on 6v6 fight, it's definitely going to be a lot more useful in here. And as we just saw, it just completely wiped the Stream Team, pretty much.
That's what's nice about it, because it's not Conquest. You can bring in new. That's what's good. That's what's good. That's what we need. We need some different kind of maps so we can get these different specs out, which I think will definitely happen at some point. But it's just like it's nice. I like Epidemic. It's a good utility, and I try to use it in team fights when I can. But like you said, it has got a low cooldown. At least there is that as well.
I mean, like in this game type right here, I would almost venture to say that it would be like OP in this sort of thing. Granted, it does require you to set it up quite a bit. But like for something like this, it's a pretty crazy thing to have, especially with it only being on a 15-second cooldown.
Especially if you used it with the Signet. I would have used it with the Signet. I'm on the wrong Necro here. Let's not go to that one. But yeah, I would have used it with the Signet, which piles on all the conditions, and then pop Epidemic. Signet's got quite a big cooldown, as I remember, isn't it?
I like his utility spread, Magic Toga here. He's got quite a few defensive utilities, because again, the Necro, at least in my opinion, from my experience playing on teams, the Necro tends to get focused pretty early in the team fight. So having 2 of these defensive utilities is really going to be helping him out here. He's got Spectral Walk. That's going to be a really nice stun breaker, and as well, he's got the Flesh Worm. If he needs to really quickly evacuate out, he can just toss that up there, and if he gets in too much trouble, he can fall back. Granted, now that they're pushing up to here, it's not going to be much use, but the majority of a lot of the fighting does actually happen in middle, so it'll be a lot more use over there. Like right now, he's popping Spectral Walk to get away from the opponent Necromancer who's trying to kill him out at the moment. And then again, you have Epidemic, which easily serves as a huge utility.
Do you think he's using Flesh? Do you think he's using the utility pet? Just completely forgotten the name. To get an interrupt on the Lord more, just to get some knockdowns and some CC, or do you think there's another reason he's using it just for
Using which
flesh
worm?
Sorry.
The flesh golem is just really good, and I think he's running Lysarunes, and if he is, that would explain. Yeah, he's running Lysarunes, and because the active on flesh worm is such a, even the summon itself has such a low cooldown, because the active on the flesh worm will proc Lyssa, so it's having set on such a low cooldown. It's just a really nice way to cleanse Candies. But anyway, going back to the narration of the fight here, as this lord push has been going on for quite some time, unsuccessfully for Good Fight's side, might I add. They've only gotten the lord down to about 60% health here, and they are starting to lose people. So I think Red Team is going to get a successful defense over here on the lord. Granted, we did see Stream Team coming back in over here to Graveyard to try and steal that away, but that did not happen. As Cade as well as Tourney were here to defend that. They'll be recapping that, but now here comes the rush from the Red Team as they have successfully defended their lord. They're now going to push right into middle, and our blue team here, Good Fights, is going to be forced to fight there in middle.
They are indeed. I just realised that I turned up the volume for TeamSpeak, and you've been probably powering out. Maxing the sound on everything. Oh well, that's good. At least they could hear both of us quite well. That's nice. But sorry, yeah, they're pushed back to mid now, and it's more of an even fight now at mid. But the conditions on blue are getting just, they're getting cleansed so fast. But then I see them coming up on red, and they're just kind of staying there, hanging on people for a few seconds here and there. They don't see much Condi removal going on. I don't know whether or not it's the guys, they're probably focusing more on trying to get them out of the point rather than worrying about their teammates at the moment. But Blue have got this point, and they need to try and push. What do you reckon they're going to try and push forward? I mean, they've got the 100 points. Maybe they're thinking they'll stay mid. I don't know.
So I think, based on what we see from Good Fight, Good Fight has had Good Fight has had a fairly easy run here in the brackets, and I think they still feel that they do here. I still think that they feel that they can easily push in here and win Lord. But I personally think that Bloody Tech, while they may not be doing so good in the team fights, can still do fairly well in defending the Lord. And I think that could be an issue for Good Fights in the later rounds here, especially if Bloody Tech manages to turn things around and then push back on the middle, get that fully capped, and then push into their Lord. That's what I think they're going to have to watch out for. But I do think Good Fights, generally speaking, throughout this set, is going to be pushing forward, and they should, generally speaking, based on their experience, their reputation, and who they're up against, should do fairly well here. And as well, our audience thinks that too, because thankfully our admins just put a straw poll out into the chat, and as that's been going on here, it's currently 70% in favor for Good Fights, 30% is believes Stream Team is going to take this one, with the spread of 14 votes to 6 votes right now.
I do like an underdog though, but I think Good Fights all in, but I like a good underdog. I've got to admit that. Redlord's starting to go down now. He's on about 75% health. He's not dropping very quickly. Oh, there's a nice little bit of burst there. Make sure they get these interrupts off. He's going to heal. Oh, interrupt. Oh, nice. Good job. He went for the heal there, but he got interrupted, I think. That was nice. Well done.
Very well played indeed, and with that, we are going to be seeing Good Fights take the first round, leaving them only one game away now from taking the entire tournament.
Ooh, it wasn't